Welcome back to Macro Day here on Scriptcase by Jamie, where we break down Scriptcase macros one at a time, or one by one. And today, our special guest is the SC Get Group by Rule macro. And this macro tells you which group by rule is currently active within your grid application. Well, why guess when you can just already know? So let's take a look at today's macro. So what does this macro mean? Well, this macro, it has a very important purpose, and that is that it returns the name as a string of the currently selected group by rule within a grid application. So basically, you set a group by rule, and then with this macro, you can find out which rule is currently being displayed to the end user. And then with that, you can change the title, maybe apply some styling, or whatever it is that you want to do to customize the look of that grid with your current group by rule. So it's pretty awesome, and it really makes your grids super dynamic. So with that, you can more than likely think of various use cases such as dynamic headers, conditional logic applied to the UI, and of course tweaking the hell out of that to make it look awesome for your end users. And where to use it? Well, you can use it on the onScriptInit, onNavigate, or onRecord. Now checking here in my newly created blank application for macro days, where we have here the SC Get Group by Rule. And if we take that, we would then formulate our macro. So I know I've just added the hyphen there, but in reality, we then want to maybe apply here our rules, for instance, and then with that, we can make various adjustments. So let me apply here, and then we can say, for instance, if our SC Get Group by Rule equals, say, our rule X or rule 1, or let's go with region. So it equals by region, then we could, for instance, output a different title for our application. So then here we could say then our global title equals then our sales by region, for instance. And then like that, we could then apply here our custom title to our grid application. And then, of course, if we want to apply an alternative title, then we can add the alternative title in here as well. And then in that case, we could then say sales default maybe, or whatever it is that you want to have applied for that, say sales by product or sales by country or sales by whatever it is that you are actually displaying. Now you can use this in various other ways as well, in combination with other macros. So here, for instance, with the title, we could then maybe use an alternative macro such as, say, the SC field display, and then here with this we could then enable or disable our fields. So then here within regions, and of course I need to add here sales by region, make sure we have no typos in there, and then we can take the region here, and then if we have a region field, maybe we want to switch that on or off, and then just like that, we can make that slight adjustment and have our grid displayed however we want. So here I guess we would want then the off, and then here the on, and then we could customize other fields as we need to for that specific grid application. So all you need to do is just open a grid, use this macro with a group by set. And if you don't know how to do that, you're going to have to check out the other videos then, aren't you? Okay, so with that, I think we have covered today's macro, which is pretty awesome. And this macro will help you add some special tweaks, as well as allow you to adapt your applications based on maybe the grouping logic that you have applied within your grid applications. So it is pretty powerful, especially if you are into having a sexy UI. So with that, if you're grouping and don't know what rule is active, well, then you may be flying blind. So use this macro and take control of your grid applications. And don't forget to hit that like or subscribe button and let me know if you have used this rule and well, maybe how often you have used it. I know I've used it a couple times and I think it is actually quite a nice little macro to use. Why don't you just drop me some comments and share your own ideas. Thanks very much for watching, and until the next macro day.